guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this magnificent Monday here in Connecticut. Magnificent only because double C's are flying all over the place. The weather outside is skanky, man. It is raining and terrible. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did. You saw the thumbnail. Trumpet in biblical times. All right? Let me explain. I'm going to sort of tie it in. I admit it's sort of a stretch, but I'm going to tie it into what we're all about. Anyway, let me honk. I have played today, and we'll see what we got. Anyway, double C's and caressing the baby. That is Arbin number 8, I believe. Characteristic study number 8. Anyway, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did. Had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It turned out to be extremely busy. Family situations and all that sort of it, but had a wonderful time. The Thursday itself was with my two favorite people, my wife and daughter. We had a wonderful, wonderful, quiet, low-key, great. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. The trumpet in biblical times. Okay, now, as you know, I am quite, I'm not even going to say religious, I'm quite spiritual. Okay? I read the Bible almost daily. I was reading the Bhagavad Gita, the great Hindu tome, Song of the Spirit, this morning, and that's what sort of elicited all this sort of thing. But bear with me, I'm going to tie it in, and it may be a bit of a stretch. It includes Mel Broyles, of all people, who is not too spiritual. But anyway, now, since the beginning of time, in the biblical times, the trumpet, the shofar, the conch shell, whatever you can call it, was used to summon people's attention. Be it in a war, be it in if somebody wanted to give a message to the village, they would bring the trumpets around. They would blast out fanfares and they would tell their story. The Bhagavad Gita was a story of a war which was actually took place in history, but it was used as the Bhagavad Gita as more of a metaphorical, allegorical type of thing, which is the struggle, the war between good and evil. Okay? Now, at the beginning of the war, they started with blasting of conch shells, louder than anybody heard on the planet, okay? Which was supposed to represent the holy sound of Om, or the beginning of creation, the Big Bang Theory, depending on who's interpreting, the Gita. But the conch or the trumpet was used to play loud. Okay? In Joshua, in the Bible, the Israelites on the seventh day were surrounding Jericho, and they used the trumpets to blast down the vibration, blast down the walls of Jericho. Okay? Right up to, the Civil War, cavalry. I mean, this is charge, war. Leonora calls. They were in Beethoven. They were used to symbolize that the army is coming. This is all loud stuff, guys. The trumpet is supposed to be a loud instrument. Okay? And my man Mel Broyles, Ace, we get paid to play high and loud. But sometimes you have to lay down your sword and dagger. I'll get to that in a minute. Lay down your sword and dagger and caress the baby. Now, Mel, backed up by several interviews with Mark Gould, who was his assistant principal for many, many years at the Met. He often talked about this almost holy calling that we have here. It's almost a war. And needless to say, at the Met, the Wagner, the Strauss, and all that sort of stuff, lots of wars going on there. Okay? And it was used to elevate the mind, the matter, and all this sort of stuff to go into it, which was loud playing. And Mel often considered his job to be that of the quest of the Holy Grail. He took it so seriously, it was unbelievable. And that's one of the reasons he had no patience for anybody, his colleagues, that would show up stoned and drunk and all this sort of stuff, which happened a lot. Won't get into it. Ooh, I got some stories about guys in that trumpet section. Anyway, we won't go there. I'm above the fray. Anyway, guys, the trumpet is supposed to be played loudly. It just is. That is the nature of the trumpet. And when you get things like monet trumpets, which take away the brilliance in the center that I feel is in my ear and is supposed to be the way the trumpet sounds, you're doing the trumpet a huge injustice. Huge. Anyway, now also, today's trumpet players, especially the orchestral players, they start from caressing the baby. Remember, Mel thought we got paid for high and loud. Today's player feels they get paid for caressing the baby. And somehow, now I'm talking the orchestral guys, the high and loud parts always are sounded with such a round tone that it still seems, even though it is louder, that they're caressing the baby. Okay? And that is one of the huge problems I have with today's player. It's the sound. I mean, my God, Herseth with some of that Strauss, and my God, do you think that didn't sound like a war to you going on? Whether it was part of the actual story or not? I mean, the center, the power, the anger, the emotion, the passion. That is what... Now, nobody in the history of trumpet could lay down the sword and dagger better than Herseth and Mel. They knew that was part of it. And they were exemplary at that. I'm going to leave a link down below of Mel playing the opening to Oberon opera. You listen to that clarity, that beautiful soft playing, but you listen and play Pagliacci. You listen to him play Strauss, Salome. Oh my God, it's breathtaking. It is absolutely breathtaking. The power. He can knock down the walls of Jerry. He can knock down the walls of the Met all by himself. Could. Okay? And guys, you have tone, power, range, and endurance. That is what I preach. Guys, you have to. I feel you must have power as part of that sequence. You must. Anyway, that's that for today. We're back. And we're 5 days a week, I think, until I got to go up and see my mother. It's not going to be 5 days a week. Whatever. We'll play it by ear. Anyway, glad to be back. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.